What is going on, my people? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your boy, Nassim the Dream. It is indeed New Music Friday, and it's time for a reaction. But we're not going to be reacting to a brand new song for this special video. We are going to be honoring the great and powerful Prince of Darkness and his sad passing of Mr. Ozzy Osbourne himself. And we are going to actually be checking out a vintage old live performance, one that I have yet to see, and one that seems to be remastered of Black Sabbath performing their track, my favorite personal Black Sabbath track, War Pigs, in the California Jam held in 1974 in Ontario, California. This performance is set 4 years after their debut record, Paranoid, from Black Sabbath, which is debatably one of the most iconic projects to ever drop in music history. Quite literally the pioneering record of heavy metal itself, the genre heavy metal. So before I get into the reaction, I think it's really important to acknowledge the might and influence that Black Sabbath and Ozzy Osbourne has really had to the entire world, and of course heavy metal music. You gotta really acknowledge as a metal fan and as a music fan that a lot of the artists that you adore, they even hear that come out with new music nowadays, they can never exist without their predecessors that came before them. And that didn't even exist for certain bands like Metallica and Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, even Van Halen. Bands that I can think of that I grew up with in the 90s. It has to go with Nirvana, Rage Against the Machine, and with System of a Down, which is quite literally my favorite band of all time. But not just because of their heavy metal sound and influence, but it's because of the significance that bands like Black Sabbath have created due to their writing and lyricism, especially what they chose to speak about. That is why I'm reacting to War Pigs, as this is one of the... there's a lot of bands back in the late 60s and early 70s, like Pink Floyd, coming out with anti-war and authoritarianism in their music, but Sabbath was also one of them in their own curated genre. And War Pigs, in my opinion, is one of the most important tracks to really take a part of when thinking about tracks that involve rock and metal aesthetic that are against war propaganda and activity. And you know, that is why ultimately I'm just so grateful, and I really do think that we should all think of this as a celebration. Of course, a lot of people are hurting. And no one in metal and rock can say... I think it's quite easy to assume that everyone that is a rock and metal fan, me growing up being a diehard metal fan, that is the genre that I was most loved to and had the most ambition towards before any other genre, even before pop and hip-hop. So I think a lot of us can agree that this is a tough loss, but it is one that we can rejoice and just be overall grateful for, man. I mean, we can't have metal in general without bands like this, and bands specifically like Black Sabbath with the influence of frontman Ozzy Osbourne. I mean, think about your favorite genres with black metal, with doom metal, prog metal. I would even go as far as saying death metal. You know, all these variants that created was just a big boom effect. It had this big bang effect to the entire world and creating music. So yeah, it's tough, but let's celebrate, guys. Here's the reaction to War Pigs. Let's get into it. We're getting into it. 3, 2, and 1.
This is flown in from England just for this concert. A warm United States welcome for Black Sabbath!
This actually looks really good. 1974, guys. 1974. Remastered. Film this late and old. It's quite incredible. The quality is like not good, obviously, because it's the whole time. Seeing that crowd is insane. If you were part of that crowd, listen, I would brag about it every single day. Every single day. If you weren't bragging about it before, you didn't deserve to be there. What a time. What is going on here? That's insane. Here we go. Oh, oh.
Come on! Gathered in their masses, just like witches that like masses. Evil minds that plot destruction.
What?
Death's construction. The body's burning as the war machine keeps turning.
Look at it, man.
And hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed minds. Oh, Lord.
This is nuts, dude. There's no way all the way back there is crowd. How many people attended this? Jeez. No, that's absurd. That's absurd.
Politicians got themselves away. They only started the war. Why should they go out to fight?
You know, I'm actually surprised that the restoration in the audio even sounds this good. For a live performance? Dude, some of the Prince videos don't even sound this clear. This is nuts.
Time will tell on their power mind. Anything more just for fun. Treating people just like boys in jail. Wait till the judgment day comes. Yeah.
This is ridiculous, dude. It's just tough to see, but man, that looks like it might be 50,000 people. The field, I can't tell how big the field is. It's crazy. Why does the audio sound this good? You know what? Shame on me. I shouldn't even be questioning it just because, dude, it's Sabbath. Duh. Big fan here.
Come on, everybody, clap your hands!
I feel like smoking a J back in that crowd. Not even the same if you smoke a J in a crowd today. It's not.
War pigs have the power, and of God has struck the hour.
The editing.
Bodies burning, as the war machine keeps turning.
That cheeky grin.
Death and hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed minds. Oh Lord, yeah.
This is nuts. This is just nuts.
Everybody, I want to see your hands. Come on. Come on.
That's baffling. Oh my god, the euphoria I'm getting from this.
You're beautiful.
Look at his pants. This guy's dressed like a sex god. Yeah, that was that was metal as fuck. As someone who can confidently share if his catalog has not proven well enough, if my catalog, I don't know, I'm speaking in third person, how much I really do love this, how much I really do confidently believe that music is meant to be part of my life. It is staggering how I can be overwhelmed with emotion out of nowhere when things like this happen, and I think it's just a testament to really understand what people may have been feeling during this time that have actually lived through the birth of rock and roll and heavy metal in the 70s. I guess I want to just transition that statement into just saying, since I think it's relevant based off what I see sometimes, I don't think that anyone's emotions should be undermined just because they didn't personally know somebody, because this is just beyond entertainment. There's no debate about what people like Ozzy Osbourne do for the sake of entertainment. Is not just for It's not for the royalties that come with it. It's not for just the thrill, per se, but it's about the passion. It's about the fans. And it's about the effect that their music has in the entire world. To come out with a song like this during the era where the Vietnam War was occurring, and especially when thinking about the current state of government now, the current state of speech, about speaking out against war, criminal activity, and just outright crimes against humanity. During this time, it had to been an incredibly huge pressure on a band, especially them were just coming up, only really 4 years deep into the game. Imagining what kind of pressure that they would go through the forms of government, and knowing that they had the wide majority spread of support from their audience, from the people across the world that love Sabbath. This is something that I really find to reach me in a personal situation, that really does pierce my soul and my empathy, and why music like this that speaks out against terrible people, terrible governments, straight up tyrants, and knowing that they're at jeopardy because of them speaking their mind, makes me eternally grateful that bands like this, artists like these, are willing to risk it all just to share what they believe is right. And I think that is why I personally picked this song. Of course, there is so many other live live shows, legendary live performances from Sabbath and Ozzy as a solo performer that you could really pick. That definitely also had better quality, but there's no way I could not have picked this song, as it is truly my favorite Sabbath song. My favorite Sabbath record has to be Volume 4, but this is the one, especially because of my love of writing that really speaks out against war and violence and authoritarianism. That is why I really appreciate songs like this and bands like this that I feel like have started a wave. And of course, there's numerous bands around this time that were doing the same thing. I feel like the most profound out of all of them that have really made it a part of them is probably Pink Floyd. But yeah, man, that's just it's awesome. It's a gift to be able to keep them with us forever, because as the saying goes, legends never die. And even though they're not here anymore, even though that Ozzy's not here anymore, their influence lives on forever. And that's pretty much all I have to say. That was an amazing performance. The quality of the video was just ridiculously better than I expected. I mean, crazy. I mean, the video quality was what I expected. It was still better, but man, the audio was insane. It was really, really good. It was really good. That's incredible. But yeah, guys. Black Sabbath, War Pigs. Rest in power, rest in paradise to the great and powerful Prince of Darkness, Mr. Ozzy Osbourne. Thank you for your gift and sharing it with us, and being parts of the English rock movement. And yes, I do mean the English rock movement, the British invasion of rock and roll, okay? This is not an American band. They are not American. So sick of bunch of boomers and randos just thinking that, oh man, this is a band of why America is so great. What do you mean, brother? You don't have Sabbath. You don't have 90% of the bands that you were listening to around that time. You bozo. Long live Ozzy Osbourne. Long live Black Sabbath. Long live heavy metal. Catch you guys later. Deuces.